Welcome to the even newer and more improved Tabletop Misfits. It's even more improved because, I don't know, it just is. It's just way better than the last video I had. So we're doing openings now for Magic the Gathering, of course, and for those that play, you have the opportunity to watch tons of videos and opening. We figured we'd throw our hat in the ring, just kind of have a little fun with it. Now, on one of the videos, I started doing pack openings, but for this video, I got a Commander deck opening. Now, if you haven't bought the Commander decks yet, and you play a Commander, which pretty much is everybody in Magic now, these are pre-constructed decks. They retail for about 40 bucks, and they have a set amount of cards in them, same every time, and they come in varying flavors. Now, these have a lot of value in them for the 40 bucks that you get. They have a lot of valuable reprints, and they have a lot of new cards, and these new cards will often be very, very, very good for Commander and sometimes spike in price. So you want to get your hands on them. And Innistrad, which is the new set that came out, Midnight Hunt, there's only 2 Commander decks right now. This is one of them. This is Undead Unleashed, and it has Wilhelt, which is actually a really cool Commander. And there's another one too. It's got a witch. It's a witch token witches. It plays like a bunch of witches and tokens and upgrading and stuff like that. That I'll cover in another video. But right now we're going to open up this puppy. We're going to check out Undead Unleashed, see what cards come in it, and basically just give you an overall idea of what's in the deck. And you're not going to be disappointed, I think, in any of the new Commander decks. They're amazing, and if it's your first jump into Magic, it's a good place to start at. So we're going to crack this puppy open and take a look what's inside. Now, the thing I love about Commander decks, especially about Commander decks, is, as you will see, I have a sordid history with pack openings. I have the worst luck of pack openings, and if you want to watch my prior video on opening those collector's packs I had on the table not long ago, you will see it still holds because, those were not great pulls in any way. But the nice thing about Commander decks is, guess what? The cards are all the same. They're predetermined. It's a solid deck, and I will get the same cards as anybody else. Granted, it helps if I open it from the right side, right, boys and girls? It's probably why my pack pulls aren't so great. I always open them up wrong. There we go. Look at that. Whoa, that was surprising. It's like I haven't opened one of these before or something, which I have, but I keep forgetting that they have this kind of weird box within a box thing. So here you go. They give you, of course, your face card, which is just a picture, but they give you these little tokens, which I do like. I do appreciate the sense of humor here. You may use these punch out as counters or as victory confetti. I myself prefer victory confetti, so yay, woo! Other than that, standard packaging goes boom. Comes the meat and potatoes. We got Innistrad Midnight Hunt box. It's a little deck box, useful if you don't have anything else. Holds 100 cards sleeved. We got a little holder, of course, junk there. Let's pull these puppies on out. What do we got in here? We got our counter here for life. It's a new little Innistrad. Ooh, it's got a werewolf on the side. Standard life counter here goes up to 40 for EDH. These have been coming out regularly in the last couple of sets. Then we have our little fold out. Oh, Secret Lair. Oh, yeah, everybody knows about Secret Lair. But if you don't, they do these monthly drops of special cards. Actually, the next set got spoiled. It's actually going to be Stranger Things. So it's going to be very cool. What else do you get in this box? I am bad at opening posters. A little blurb on our buddy Wilhelt the Rock Cleaver. He was an average lumberjack. Did somebody was watching Monty Python that day, I think. But yeah, it gives a little story on the average lumberjack Wilhelt and his zombies, because they tote them around. And then it gives even a better option here, just as far as more details on what you're supposed to actually do with Wilhelt if you haven't played the game before. Useful for people that haven't played much Commander before or new to the game. Very helpful. Actually really cool if they added like a little poster in that. I would actually find that really cool. Those are almost kind of like posters, but not quite, because it has blurbs on them. But they should really put like a little something, stickers. Anybody miss stickers? I would like stickers. That'd be kind of cool. Something. I do kind of like the confetti. All right, so Wilhelt the Rock Cleaver is our face card, and as I was saying before, he's a really, really solid commander for your zombies. If you're looking to make a zombie deck, this is a great starting deck. This whole deck is going to be amazing for just a great build or a base for a build that you can upgrade as you go for not a whole lot of money. So we got Wilhelt the Rock Cleaver. We have Eloy the Nephalia Sleuth. Whenever another creature control dies, investigate. I love Investigate. Awesome mechanic. It's been getting a lot more love lately, so I'm super excited about that. Whenever you sacrifice a token, surveil 1 on top of that. So when you kill those Investigate tokens, when you sack them, you surveil 1, which you take the card, dump it in your graveyard. So it's great for reanimation decks and anything you need to self-mill for. Distant Melody. Choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. Solid in, you know, in tribal decks. Stuff we've seen before, I think. I don't think these are new. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments and all, but Eternal Skylord, Corpse Augur. Oh, he's a great one. When he dies, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the number of creature cards in target player's graveyard. Actually a pretty cool zombie. That's a decent reprint. Feed the Swarm, a great destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. It's great because guess what? You get to destroy enchantments, which is not usually an easy thing in black. So if you're stuck with black and have no other options, that's a great card. Just a good card in general. Flashback Marauder, solid zombie right there. Go for the Throat, decent creature removal. Liliana's Devotee, he's a solid zombie guy. He gives zombies a buff and basically brings more zombies back, makes some more tokens. Lord of the Accursed, another zombie buffer, gives a good 1+1/+1 to the zombies. And on top of that, he gives them menace if you pump them a little bit, tap them. We got Spark Reaper, an old card, but not too bad. I'm actually not really super fond of him, but he does get you card draw, so there is that. I think there's more effective ways to card draw, but that's for an upgrade video later or something like that. Siphon Flesh, each other player sacrifices a creature. You create a 2/2 zombie for each creature sacrificed this way. That's not bad. Undead Augur, that's a great card draw. So whenever a zombie dies on your side, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Very, very solid card draw. Awesome. Diagraph Captain, I don't remember this guy. Death Touch, other zombies you control. Another Anthem for +1/+1. And when another zombie you control dies, target opponent loses a life. These are all very solid zombie cards. This is in a mass, and the big thing on this guy, this is a Gleaming Overseer. This guy gives you zombie tokens you control, has hexproof and menace. Awesome, that's actually a great card just for the second alone. I don't care about the amass, but that second is great. Ruthless Deathfang, when you sacrifice a creature, target opponent sacrifices a creature. Great if you're sacking creatures, which you will be doing in this deck, of course. Arcane Signet, something that gets reprinted now, thankfully. It used to be hard to get, but now they've been popping them in every commander deck lately, so that's awesome. Solid card you need in every deck. Charcoal Diamond, I'm really not fond of the diamonds, but it is a mana. It is at least something you can put in there that's cheap, that gives you a little more mana rock base. Commander Spear, kind of common, and a Sky Diamond, also common. And of course, ever famous Soul Ring, which pretty much goes in every single deck. And a Talisman of Dominance. Actually, that's pretty cool. I'm surprised they tossed that in there. So you got a very, very solid artifact mana base. Let's take a look at the lands. Now, I think they improved on the land base. You got Bajuka Bog, which is good. Command Tower, of course, for those that know this, you know what I'm talking about. Dimir Aqueduct, the same old bounce land. I'm not a huge fan of these, but they kind of come in every one, and they're not that bad. I'm just not a huge fan of them. Mortuary Mire. This is actually a cute little land. I like this one. It puts a card back on top of your library. Mirrored Landscape. You see this all the time. You sack it to get more lands. Path of Ancestry. Perfect for this deck. Since everything's a zombie, you're going to be scrying one every time you use this land. Very, very good card to toss in. It's been getting a lot of reprint love lately, so that's awesome. Tainted Owl, that's actually pretty solid. You get it's a dual land, which you can activate only if you control a swamp. More than likely, you're going to have a swamp, so that's actually pretty solid. Unclaimed Territory, I like that. That's actually a pretty good include. You choose a creature type, and you can add 1 mana of any color to cast a creature of the type. It's all zombies, so it'll work out. Cleaver Scab. Oh, this is a good one. Sacrifice another zombie. Create 2 tokens that are copies of the sacked creature. Awesome, awesome, awesome zombie to have. Very, very good. Curse of Unbinding. Another curse. I don't think this is in any of the regular sets. That player reveals cards from the top of the library until they revealed a creature card. Put the card on the battlefield under your control. That player puts the rest of the real cards into their graveyard. That's actually kind of cool. I dig that. Not huge in the curses, but that is actually a pretty cool curse. Drown in Dreams. If you have a commander, as you cast a spell, it's pretty much either milling or draw. Actually, that's going to go on my mill deck. That's actually a pretty cool card. I like that a lot. Empty the Laboratory. You sack zombies, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal number of zombie creatures equal to the number of zombies you sack. Put those cards into the battlefield. Oh, dang, that's pretty nice. So you sack your decaying zombies and you put out solid new zombies. Definitely awesome. Flying. Other zombies you control have flying. Holy crow. I don't know if this was anything before, but just that whole first line was great. Whenever more and more zombies you control deal damage to one or more of your opponents, you may draw a card equal to the number of opponents dealt damage this way. So you include some card draw on top of giving zombies flying. Really just giving zombies flying is a horror movie's wet dream right there. Shadowkin, each player mills 3 cards at the beginning of my upkeep, each player mills 3 cards. And then basically you exile them and this becomes a copy. That's a cool card, I like that too. Crowded Crypt, this just makes a bunch of zombies. Every time something dies, it gets counters. You sack it to make a bunch of zombies equal to counters. I'm getting tongue-tied over here, all this zombie action. Enchant player, whenever landing as a battlefield under enchanted player's control, I create a zombie. That's actually pretty cool. Ghoul's Night Out, this is an awesome card. I think Gisela or whatever, the Ghoul color is in there. For each player, choose a creature card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards into the battlefield under your control. They're black zombies in addition to their other colors, and they gain Decayed. That's actually pretty cool. Not as good as the Liliana card that kind of does the same thing, and it doesn't give Decayed, but that's actually pretty cool. I like that. Gorax, the Tomb Shell. Okay, he's an interesting one. He's a zombie turtle, and he exiles stuff. And basically, when he attacks or dies, you choose a card at random from him and put that card into your hand. So basically, it's kind of a weird card draw. But let's see, the spell costs 2 less to cast for each card. Yeah, that's really weird. So he's a 4/4 Death Touch zombie that exiles cards that puts him in your hand every time he attacks. But he's only 4/4, so he's probably going to die. And unfortunately, the card draw is random, so he's okay. Prowling Geist Catcher. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile it. If that creature was a token, put a so basically, if you sack a token, it gets counters. It's pretty cool. Ravenous Rotbelly, you've seen this before, actually, I think in one of my pull videos before I pulled this. Tomb Tyrant, this one's really cool. Another Anthem. Sacrificing creatures to return a zombie creature card at random from your graveyard to the battlefield. You see a lot of repeated theme here, and then you come into like kind of the reprints. But some of these new cards are really, really good. Either spouse has been around before. For each attacking creature, its owner puts it on the top or bottom of the library. Forgotten Creation. You may discard all cards in your hand and draw cards. That's good for card draw. Runebinder. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a 2/2 zombie creature token. Then put a counter on each zombie creature control. There's some cool stuff. Hour of Eternity. Some of you guys are going to remind me what exactly was reprinted and what wasn't. I recognize a lot of them, but some of them I'm not sure. Exile X target creature cards from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of that card except as a zombie. Rooftop Storm. Now that's a great card. This is a reprint, but I'm actually really surprised because this has a bit of value to it. It lets all your zombie spells cost 0. This card needs to be in every zombie deck, period, end of story. So I'm glad they reprinted that. That's actually really cool. We got Stitcher Geralf. Oh, interesting. Each player mills 3 cards, exile up to 2 creature cards that are milled, and you create a blue zombie creature token, which is the total power of the cards exiled. That's kind of cool. I like that guy. You could go in mill decks too. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Undead Alchemist. If a zombie would deal damage, they mill that many cards instead. And when a creature card is put into opponent's graveyard from the library, exile and create more zombies. Man, this is looking really nasty. Is this looking nasty, Judy, huh? This is looking pretty nasty, right?
Yeah, it sounds really nasty.
Army of the Damned. Create 13 2/2 zombies. And you can flash it back. Oh, that's going to be fun. Put your Malakir. This one, yeah. Whenever it dies or another creature control dies, each opponent sacks a creature. That's kind of cool. It's not a bad vampire warrior in a zombie deck. Kind of weird, but it kind of goes with the sack theme. Another Anthem, Cemetery Reaper, and you exile to create more zombies. A lot of that going on. Dark Salvation. That's a really cool spell. It creates X 2/2 zombies. Then up to 1 target creature gets -1, -1 for each zombie that player controls. So basically, it's a good creature removal because you're going to spit out a bunch of zombies and give something -, and kill it. Death Baron is another great old one. Another Anthem for zombies. Gives them Death Touch. Diagraph Colossus, very good. It gives +1/+1 counters on it for each zombie card in your graveyard, and you create more zombies. Just good stuff. And I'm surprised they added mill in here. They got a bunch of stuff that mills and gets you more zombies. I don't think it's like almost a zombie mill deck kind of, you know what I mean? There's a Dreadhorde Invasion for more of the spark. Amass, I'm not a big fan as far like Amass, I think takes a lot of concentration to use properly, like a lot of Amass cards to use properly. So in here, they kind of almost seems like kind of tossed in, but still it counts. They do make zombies. Eater of Hope, well, that's a cool one. Sacrifice 2 other creatures, destroy a creature. That's really going to be great. Endless Ranks of the Dead. That is a great spell. At the beginning of your upkeep, create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is half the number of zombies you control, rounded down. That sounds amazing, right, hun?
Yeah.
That's my lovely Amanda chiming in on something she's probably not going to like when we play Magic next time.
Not if you're playing it.
Tap 5 untapped zombies you control. Put target creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That is actually really cool too. Oh, we got a Liliana Death's Majesty. Wow, that's actually, I love that card. That's a great card to put in here. So I mean, if you don't have this card, I mean, she's in this deck. Get it while you can. Liliana's Mastery. Zombies you control get +1/+1, and when she enters the battlefield, you create a couple of zombies. Just good stuff all around. Midnight Reaper, standard zombie, gets you card draw. Open the graves. Whenever a non-token creature dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Man, these are just, I'm actually impressed. This is a really nice. I could play this base and probably do really well, and just like casual, you know what I mean? Destroy target creatures. Whenever a non-token creature an opponent control dies, create a tapped 2/2 zombie token. Zombie Apocalypse, my favorite. Return all zombie cards from your graveyard to the battlefield and destroy all humans. And then Gisa and Geralf. I don't remember if this was a reprint or not. When they enter the battlefield, mill 4 cards, and then you can cast a zombie creature spell from your graveyard. Oh, that's pretty nice. So that's largely the cards. This is the mana base. And I'll show you that real quick. I guess they added... let's see, did we go through all this already? No, this is more mana base. I was gonna say, I thought we went through some mana base already. Maybe I'm imagining things, but this is the mana base. It actually looks pretty decent so far, but this is reveal, a Choked Estuary actually is pretty decent. You reveal a island or swamp card and it comes out normal. That's actually pretty good. Oh, got a filter land here. Put 1 for 2 colors. That's actually pretty solid. It's better than the junk they've been putting in decks in the past. Exotic Orchard, also good. Sunken Hollow, and as a battlefield tap unless control 2 or more basic lands. That's also a very good card. This is actually really good. Temple of Deceit. Okay, I got to give them props. This land base is leaps and bounds better than the prior Commander land bases. They would put gates and just junk that comes into play tapped or gives you a life, which are garbage. That's really good, especially for a starting player. Normal swamps and then a really spiffy, thick. You can do these thick cards. I actually really like these Commander cards where it's foil, but it's also kind of a thick. I don't know, plastic, I want to say. And then, of course, our standard tokens. So that is the Commander deck, Undead Unleashed. I highly recommend this deck. I will give it 2 Stevens up, but I only have 1 Steven, so I'll give it 1 Steven up. Very good deck. Great land base, great cards all around. Very concerted effort to make a very playable, out-of-the-box Commander deck that you could probably take casual and do really well in. I mean, it has some solid, really A+ cards in there that I mean, overall, just whew, especially for the value. For 40 bucks, you're getting a lot of value, $100+ worth of value in that. So I hope you enjoyed the opening video for this. I'm sure you've seen others like this. I hope it brought a little bit of fun to it. And as we go along, we're gonna have a little more fun with these things and kind of improvise as we go. So have a good time out there playing EDH casual, and maybe we'll see you sometime around our table. Take it easy, guys.